Isaiah chapter 9, verse 16. For the leaders of this people cause them to err, and they that are led of them are destroyed. All praises, glory, and honor to Yahweh, Basham, Yahushai, Bahasham, Racha, Kodash, and double honors to the apostles and to the elders of great stone, peace and salutations to the elect. I am your brother Makolat. With a quick lesson again to feed the elect through the spirit and power of Yahweh, Basham, Yahushai. What I'm about to speak about is none other than, as a friend of mine would say, the crime minister. you know, horrible, the horrible and holiness, man. He's the Prime Minister of Jamaica, and I did a lesson the other day stating that you will have to you'll have to push the NIDs, the digital IDs, and yeah, definitely we are seeing that now. This man have to push digital IDs, but I got this thing off his page, and I want to share it with the brotherhood. I want to share it. And for the past couple of years since he's been in power, he's been speaking about digital IDs. However, though, this is this statement that he's making right here sounds to me more than digital ID. So let's just hear what he has to say, and we'll break it down to the spirit and power of Yahweh Shem Yahshai. It's not going to be a very long lesson, but hopefully it is edifying. Yeah, shalom. Oh, this man died is here. He died. Whoa.
Jamaica needs to prepare itself for this dispensation of the fourth industrial revolution, where the cyber world will be paired with the physical world. So you're living.
All right. So he said the cyber world will be paired with the physical world. So out of curiosity, right? Let's ask Google, what is the fourth industrial revolution, right? All right, so fourth industrial revolution, also known as 4IR or Industry 4.0, is a neologism describing rapid technological advancement in the 21st century. It follows the third industrial revolution. So we got nothing there. So let's go on Wikipedia then, yeah? Alright, the fourth industrial. Hold on. Alright, and the World Economic Forum founder, Marshall, executive chairman, who asserts that these developments represent a significant shift in industrial capitalism. A part of this phase of industrial change is the joining of technologies like artificial intelligence, gene editing to advanced robotics that blur the lines between the physical, digital, and biological worlds. Throughout these fundamental shifts are taking place in how the global production and supply network operates through ongoing automation of traditional manufacturing and industrial practices using modern smart technology, large-scale machine-to-machine communication, M2M, that's what they call it, and the Internet of Things / Internet of Bodies. This integration results in increasing automation, improving communication and self-monitoring, and the use of smart machines that can analyze and diagnose issues without the need of human intervention. So in other words, basically is to implant something in the body that will keep you on the grid. Yeah? So you can be a part of the Internet of Bodies without having human intervention. It also represents a social, political, and economic shift from the digital age of the late 1900s and early 2000s to an era of embedded connectivity distinguished by the ubiquity of technology in society, i.e., metaverse, that changes the ways humans experience and know the world around them. It persists that we have created. It persists. It says that we have created and are entering an augmented social reality compared to just the natural senses and industrial ability of humans alone. The fourth industrial revolution is sometimes expected to mark the beginning of an imagination age where creativity and imagination becomes the primary drivers of economic value. So basically they're speaking about something like in game. I don't know if let me just type that in and see if we could find that game movie with Gerald Butler, I think 2009 movie, right? So this would be the movie, I guess if you haven't seen it, you can go and watch it. So it shows it in this movie. It shows that men were all chipped up and they had nanotechnology flowing all through their bodies and being controlled by people that's in the higher ups. Some of them were real men on battlefield being controlled by rich or wealthier people using them as pawns in games. So when you hear about the fourth industrialized revolution, it's stuff like that they're speaking of, but they're not gonna come out and just tell you like that. You have to get within the information. You have to get into the know of things and get the understanding of what's taking place. Right? So let me just pull this back a bit, and play it again.
Paired with the physical world. So you're living in the cyber physical. Technology and machines are working together, not just to deliver services in an independent way that was largely delivered in a non-physical way. Now, as was demonstrated, you have machines that can be deployed with artificial intelligence that can function physically. So it's not just call center jobs that we need to be looking at very closely. It is other kinds of jobs that will also be impacted. The solution is not to hide from it. It's not to be fearful of it. The solution is for us to use the technology to increase the level of training and skills in our society so that our people can take on higher order tasks which bring higher order pay.
See, these are the men that you voted for to rule over you. These men, they are the ones that you voted for to rule over you, to take on higher tasks with higher pay. What about CBDCs? Yeah. What about universal basic incomes? You can't listen to these men because they are dumb dogs. As a matter of fact, let me just get that precept. As the scripture calls them, dumb dogs, man. That's Isaiah 65, if I'm not mistaken. Dumb dogs. Isaiah 56 and 10, it says, his watchmen are blind, they are all ignorant, they are all dumb dogs, they cannot bark, sleeping, lying down, loving to slumber. Because we have so much things that are happening right now, yeah. And even with this new ID system, they're not telling you, because maybe I'm wrong, but when I was looking at the video, in this man's eyes, there's a level of fear. I can see a level of fear, like the backlash from what he's saying. Like, what's the come? But the thing is, most of the Jamaican people, they are ignorant. See, so you're gonna have the ones that say that they're PNP, that's their political party, PNP. They're gonna look at it and looking at it from a PNP perspective. And if they were in the power, then the JLP people would be looking at it from their perspective, which they're not looking at it from the Lord's perspective. That we're not supposed to take that mark. You understand? Because ultimately, it is all about being marked by that device. The micro C hip, which is the mark of the what type of dragon, and red dragon and the beast. For those of us that are in the know, Revelation 13 verse 15 and down. So he still didn't come straight and tell you people that, look, you're gonna have to, you're going to be faced with taking that device under the skin. Verse 11, it says, yea, they are greedy dogs which can never have enough, and they are shepherds that cannot understand. They all look to their own way, everyone for his gain from his quarter. Come he, say they, it says, I will fetch wine, and we will fill ourselves with strong drink, and tomorrow shall be as this day, and much more abundant. And that's where they're wrong. Because if they would have known these prophecy, they would have understood perfectly that because they have joined unto the devil, Esau, Edom, they are going to fall with him. Though unjoining and the wicked shall not go unpunished. That's what the scripture said. You're gonna be punished just like how these men are about to be punished. Because now, because you have taken these men bags. In the Apocrypha it says that he that buildeth his house with other men's money is like one that gathered stones for the tomb of his burial. So all them investments that you have gotten to build highways and whatever, to show that, the economy is growing. Yeah, growing in debt. And we're growing in servitude to these multilateral companies, if I'm not mistaken. All these big companies, and the thing about it is not just America. It's also with China. Portia Simple Miller was the one that run to China for help. And now they're in deeper shit. Deeper shit. Hey, this is the Lord working a work in your days. Though he told us we would have never believed. Though he told you so. That's paraphrasing the precept. Because now they're gonna have to push this new system. So with this new system, I remember we have you on the record line. We have this man on the record line. We spend how much money to get the new notes only to do away with them. Yes, that's what you said. Soon we will not be spending cash. That is what you said. We remember that. That's what you said. So now, what's gonna house, or what's gonna be the payment method for the thingy there? Is that microchip under the skin? Sweden is doing it. People in America have it. But the thing is, it is going to be made mandatory. You understand? It will be made mandatory. Let me say that again. It will be made mandatory. And a lot of, don't be surprised if they're going to tell you that, we're not forcing nobody to take it because so on and so on and so forth. However, though, to gain access to certain government benefits, certain institution, whatever, you're going to have to take it because they're going to say, this is what we required. That's Revelation 13. This is the web, this is that network, this is Psalms 10 at its best, right before your eyes. The 10th chapter, Revelation 13 verse 15. And he had power to give life unto the image of the beast, that the image of the beast should both speak, and cause that as many as would not worship the image of the beast should be killed. Because you're not going to be able to function in the society that they're pushing if you are not juiced in. You have to understand that. And these men are set up as puppets over you people. You know, they are caretakers of master's plantation to get master's job done in full effect. That is just the reality. And they'll not tell you because they are hirelings, they are not shepherd. And he calls it all about small and great, rich and poor, free and bond to receive a mark, that charagma, in their right hand or in their forehead, and that no man might buy or sell save he that had the mark or the name of the beast or the number of his name. So transaction and a whole will be done through that device that is installed on the skin. That's why he's speaking about the fourth industrialized revolution, and I've just read what it was on Wikipedia. It is the merger of man with machines. You know, whether they're gonna well, even if you get it in the brain, they're gonna have to get it in your hand. They're trying to, you know, to have the power of the Most High, to program in your mind, in your thoughts, what they want you to have, and whatever you think, they can have it on their system. Total control. Total control. And then the funny thing about it is, as I said, our leaders, which caused our people to err, they are at the forefront of it, you know, thinking that they're going to have abundance today and tomorrow and forevermore. But yeah, you'll be surprised. There's something coming for you. Here is wisdom. Let him understand in count the number of the beast. For it is the number of a man, and his number is 603 square and 6. I just quote a scripture, Ezekiel 13. And the word of the Lord, Yahweh Bashem Yashai, came unto me, saying, Son of man, prophesy against the prophets of Israel that prophesy, and say thou unto them that prophesy out of their own hearts, hear ye the word of the Lord. Thus said the Lord, power, woe unto the foolish prophets that have followed their own spirit, and have seen nothing. Well, this man can say, he see the mark, and he see the power of the enemy, and he have seen the threats that been taken towards other country. But guess what you didn't see? You didn't see the power of Yahweh Hashem Yahushai. Because you trust in flesh. You know? Verse 4, O Israelite, prophets are like the foxes in the deserts. Thieves, man. Ye have not gone up into the gaps, neither made up the edge for the house of Israel to stand in the battle in the day of the Lord Yahweh Hashem Yashai. He's not preparing you. He's preparing you, or should I say, he's not preparing you for what's to come in repenting and basically, you know, asking Yahweh Hashem Yashai for forgiveness. No. He's preparing you to take this mark. He's preparing you to be juiced into this system. He's preparing you to be a subject to the state, to the elites, forever and ever and ever more, and on a whole other level. That's what he's preparing you for. But happily, yeah, luckily, we have Yahushai, our advocate. Yeah. Yahushai, our mediator. You know, Yahushai, our redeemer, our deliverer. That will deliver us from, you know, men like these and his father, the devil. And I hope that this has been an edifying one through the Spirit. Shalom. We reside.